What's up, guys? Welcome back. So we're headed out to a customer. He's got a crack on a hydraulic cylinder. Asked if I could do this for him before Monday. It's Sunday, so hopefully it won't take too long. We'll get out here and check it out. Yeah, I know my windshield's dirty. They got all these stupid bees out here right now. So, one of these, I think it's this one. Let's go check it out. 637. Well, those 637s sure like me. I don't know what it is about them. Oh yeah, okay, something's leaking here. Fluid on the ground. I'm gonna have to get, let's see. I mean, obviously you could see fluid was running along this, cleaning the dirt off. All right, possibly track down where it's coming from. I gotta remove this bracket here. It's covered in oil and I'm like barely wedged up in this crack here trying to get my head in here so I can see it. So I'm gonna have to take this off so that I can get under there, see what's going on. So I'm gonna scrape all this crap off and get these bolts out of here. All right, we got the plate off. And see right there, we got us a crack. That should be starting fluid on that side. I just squirted it off. Man, hopefully that crack doesn't go under that plate. I was just thinking about that. If that crack goes into that plate, the cylinder has to come out. So, there is hardly any room in here for me to do anything. So, I'm gonna have to grind this out, probably with a die grinder. And then something that's very, very important, I cannot blow through this at all. And I really don't want to put a shitload of heat input into it either, because it could cause a real slight kind of a heat dimple, because that piston travels up and down that on the inside. It's perfectly like polished smooth or honed. So if I have one little tiny dingleberry hanging down from this crack when I'm done welding it, it'll destroy the whole cylinder as soon as they retract it. Same thing with there's a heat dimple over time, it'll cause extra wear on that one side and it'll blow through the seals and it'll just destroy it. So I need to be really careful how I approach this. Friggin' tight it is in here. Like I was just up in that. It was pretty tight. I got this stupid plate off. All right, so we got it ground out. It's about maybe 3/8 to a ½ inch deep. I'm not sure exactly how thick the barrel is. I'm gonna guess around maybe 3/4. So, you know, maybe if I had an 1/8 of an inch at best penetration, probably not that much, but I should still be safe to weld that up. And like I said, if I blow through that, the whole cylinder, I mean, the cylinder needs to come out anyways and get rebuilt, because a repair like this is temporary. This will fail again. If that hydraulic fluid under pressure, if it could find a crack, like the back side of this, it will just sit there and work its way up through that crack, just like a wedge splitting wood. And it will literally just split this metal right back, probably just on either side of the weld, and you have a crack in the same spot again. I've done it before. I've seen it happen. Almost all repairs I've done like this that are like patching over a hydraulic leak, it's almost always failed. So this is the only thing I can really do right now. If they pull the cylinder out, you know, we can put a new barrel on it or whatever, but right now this is about my only option. So gonna get the welder out and weld it up. It's really tight in here. I can't, it's almost impossible for me to film while I'm doing anything, so I'm sorry about that, but you could kind of get an idea of a real world situation where this is a very tight space covered in oil. You know, I've got sand hitting me on my head, getting in my eyes, and then trying to get my helmet on in here to weld on this. I mean, this is, you know, a real pain in the ass compared to, you know, if this was sitting on a bench in a shop, you know, this would be a piece of cake. So I thought this would make a cool video because I knew it'd be a pain in the ass, and shows you kind of what some of us field guys actually have to deal with. All right, we got like 5 passes down the long side, and we did 2 passes up top, tied all together. Hopefully, like I said, that crack didn't run underneath that mounting bracket there, but that's gonna be it for now. That's about the best I can get under the circumstances that I'm given. All right, guys, decided to get one more in on a Sunday. So I was called out for this one crack in the draft arm, and I found 5 others. So that one, and I'm not sure what's going on here. There's some matte cat paint on here. It's not glossy like cat paint. There's obviously, this has been welded, and there's like a divot right here, like almost like this whole thing right here has been welded and sanded, or something's happened here. And this has been fixed right here. I can see the grinding marks and stuff. So this whole area is probably compromised. So I'll do the best I can with this. Still thinking about a game plan. That one. And then there's one right here. Right there. And then somebody else's lovely weld there. Not welding related, but probably not supposed to be like that. You know, should look like that. And we got one here. And this has a big old divot sanded in it. Not sure what was happening there. And then another one here. Running up into that weld. Obviously it's broke before. And then same thing here. Crack there. You can see weld here. And then this has got a big old divot sanded in it there too. So yeah, that's a little more than I was expecting, but hey, work is work. And yeah, look at that. That probably should get line board. That's a pretty big gap. So we'll get started on this other side first. And yeah, I'm thinking maybe we'll try to cut this out with a plasma, put a backing plate on it, and then weld it up that way. I think there might be a cross member right here too. So I don't know, I might gouge it out first with the plasma and then kind of see what's underneath it before I fully commit to cutting a big piece out. So let's get all that crap set up and we'll start gouging on it. so there was no cross member behind there, but you can see it's full of dirt now. So I'm gonna have to try to get as much of that out as I can. That's like melted sand right there, like obsidian. Try to get out as much of this as I can to see if I can slip a backing plate in there. So I'll probably poke at it with the pick and then get the air blower in there and blow on it. I'll probably be able to get out just enough, then I'll slip in here with a cutoff wheel and kind of just clean that backside edge. I'm gonna have to cut a little bit higher because I can still see the crack. We'll probably have to come up like that. So let me get the air set up and then we'll blow on it. There's like freaking rocks in there. Like, how the hell did that shit get in there? This is just crazy. There's that little tiny cracks and stuff for like, I mean, those holes go all the way through. Alright, well, I'm gonna get this cleaned out and then I'll bring you back. Alright, so we got that cleaned up a little bit. You can see inside there's another piece of metal in there. I don't know if that's a backing plate or, you know, some type of structure for what they got going on in here. But it's definitely metal and it's supposed to be in there because you can see it's squared off. It goes all the way across. So I got my backing plate made, notched it out, so it should hopefully fit around that. Now I'm going to see if I can fish this in there and then get it sucked up to the the back of this. You could run your finger along that, and I can feel that there's no slag or anything on the back side of that now. So once I get this in there, we'll be good to go. Weld her up solid. All right, so I drilled 2 holes in here with some wire. I'm hoping I can stick it in there, and then kind of just pull it back up against it. I've never done it this way, but let's see if it works. See if I can do this with one hand. Bend over, and just like that. Come on. Well, it's pretty dang close. I gotta get it to sit a little lower. I think there's probably a dirt clod right there. But hey, I got it in there. I'm gonna use the air and blow that out, see if I can get it to suck down. All right, that's about as close as I can get it. There's just a little tiny gap on the bottom, but I mean, this is a solid like 1.5-inch plate right here. So I think we'll be all right. We'll pull it tight with the wire and get it tacked in there. All right, we'll grind it smooth, and we'll paint when we're all done. And we'll catch that one. See, the crack disappeared. So we're gonna weld that up. Ground that one out. This one's got a, because it's so far forward, it has a plate behind it already. You can kind of see it right there. I think actually someone's welded on it before. So that plate that I was running into in there, which is about here, it runs up into here. So, I mean, I got pretty much that whole crack as a backing plate already on it. So yeah, I'll finish this side and we'll go to the other side. All right, on the other side of the machine now. This one's gonna be really difficult to like grind because it's right, that ram is right on that. But I can get the plasma in there to gouge it, so I'm gonna gouge it out, and I'll probably have to use a die grinder and grind it, and then weld it up. And then this one is I don't know about that one yet. Do that one first. Okay, we got this one cut out, and it already has a plate behind it there, so that'll tie in nice. I'm gonna run a weld on that. This one, kind of hard to get in there, but gouged it out pretty deep. And then this one, same thing. Got my plate behind there. So get these welded up. Show you what the welds look like. All right, we got them all welded out. Damn sun's in the way. Now we're gonna blend them in and get them this side. They're all blended. blend that side, then we'll throw some paint on there. It's never ending with cracks. You could literally go to any machine, even if it's brand new, and it probably has cracks on it. A lot of you have been asking what wire I use. This is the wire that I typically use on a day-to-day basis if I'm run dual shield. I'll run 1/16 or I'll run 045. Sometimes I'll use 71M if that's not available. And then out of my 220 AC/DC ER70S6 035 11-pound spools. Settings for the dual shield for 1/16, I'm running off of 600 air pack, but obviously you don't need that to have these settings. Stuff like this machine here today was 25 volts and 225 inches per minute. Now, if I'm welding thicker stuff, I'll go up to 27 or 30 or even 32 volts, and then you're getting in the 450 amp range. I don't typically like welding that hot unless I need to, or it's really thick plate, or I'm trying to duplicate a factory weld. Like if you're trying to make a weld that looks like this, that's nice and flat and really wide, and that was welded in really hot. So if you're trying to do something like that, then you might need to turn the machine up and play with the settings and get it set just right. But typically that's what I weld with on settings. Also, this ground clamp, I got it off Amazon, made by Mag Switch. There's lots of 300 amp versions available. This is a 600 amp version, and I have really beat the crap out of this thing. And it's got air arc, dust all over it, and it still like sticks like every time. It's just like, I don't know. I for some reason I thought air arcing 600 amps, it would have destroyed a magnet, but I don't know. They got it figured out. So that's that. And I know a lot of you guys are asking about the plasma cutter. Plasma cutter, Hypertherm 105. I have it hardwired in so that it kind of just runs out. I just grab my 50-foot leads and I can kind of take them where I need them. I typically don't need over 50 feet. And also, you guys have been asking a lot about a tour of the truck. So I've ordered a few things for it, and they haven't come in yet. They should be here by the end of April. Once those show up and I install them, I will do a full detailed tour of this truck. And if I have my other truck back from the dealer, it's getting fixed. They had to pull the cab off and a bunch of other crap. So if I have the Ram back at the same time, then I might do a tour of both trucks. So trust me, I'm reading your comments and I'm gonna make it happen. Just be patient and trust me, it will be worth the wait. So that's it for today, and hope you guys enjoyed all the chasing cracks that I do. That's a lot of what my job is chasing cracks. So hope you enjoyed that. And one more thing, I know that there's been a lot of comments about the music being too loud or the wrong taste in music or blah, blah, blah. So I agree. I don't like loud music when I'm watching a video. I'm not a tech savvy person. So those first few videos that I edited, I didn't really know what I was doing. So I'm sorry for that. And there will be no music, most likely no music in any of my videos here on out, unless I get really good at editing and it makes sense to me. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that there will be no more loud music in my videos. Stay tuned for the next adventure. Take it easy.